Welcome to the show, everybody. Today we're diving deep into the world of karate, but how much do you really know about karate? There's a lot of mythology surrounding this ancient practice. We're talking about those crazy feats of strength, like breaking bricks with your bare hands. Is that real world stuff, or is it just for show? And what about those legendary tales of the death touch? Can a karate master really drop you dead with a single strike? So buckle up, folks, because we're about to punch through the myths and uncover the truth about karate. Okay, let's talk about breaking stuff. Everybody loves a good brick-breaking demonstration, right? It's visually impressive, it looks incredibly painful, and it just seems impossible. You see these karate masters, they line up a bunch of cinder blocks, take a deep breath, and bam, they smash right through them like it's nothing. So how do they do it? Is it some kind of superhuman strength? Chi power? Magic? Well, not exactly. The truth is, breaking objects like bricks or boards is as much about physics and technique as it is about raw power. It's about focusing your energy, striking with precision, and understanding how these materials break. A brick is solid, right? But it's also brittle. If you hit it in the right spot with the right amount of force, it's gonna crack. It's basic science. Now, that's not to say that breaking bricks is easy. It takes practice, conditioning, and a certain level of strength and power. But it's not about being some kind of superhuman. The real question is, how practical is this in a real fight? Probably not. Breaking objects is a demonstration of skill. It's a testament to your training, but it's not necessarily a core self-defense technique. Brick breaking is cool, it's impressive, but it's not the be-all and end-all of karate. Here's the thing about karate, and really any martial art, it's only as good as the training you put into it. If you're learning fancy kicks and punches in a dojo, but you never actually spar, never test your skills in a controlled environment, then you're in for a rude awakening if you ever find yourself in a real fight. Karate is similar. You can learn all the moves in the book, but if you've never faced an actual opponent who's trying to hit you back, you're not really prepared for a real-life altercation. Now, that doesn't mean karate is useless. It teaches you discipline, control, and how to strike with power and precision. And if you train realistically with a heavy emphasis on sparring and self-defense scenarios, then yeah, karate can absolutely be effective in a real fight. But here's the thing about fighting, it's unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen, who you're going to face, what weapons they might have. So while karate can give you the tools to defend yourself, it's not a guaranteed win button. There are no guarantees in a fight. But if you absolutely have to defend yourself, then having some karate skills in your back pocket is definitely better than nothing. All right, let's talk about one of the most persistent myths in martial arts history, the death touch. You know what I'm talking about, that idea that a master of karate or kung fu or some other ancient fighting style can instantly kill you with a single, precisely placed strike. It's the stuff of legends, right? You see it all the time in movies. The hero gets into a fight with some evil martial arts master. The master delivers a seemingly gentle tap to the chest and boom, the hero drops dead on the spot. It's dramatic, it's mysterious, and it's complete and utter BS. Now, don't get me wrong, pressure points are a real thing. The human body is full of them. And if you know where to strike, you can cause a lot of pain, disrupt nerve signals, even knock someone unconscious. But instantly killing someone with a touch, that's where we cross the line from reality into fantasy. There's no scientific evidence to support the idea of a death touch. If such a technique existed, the government would know about it. Chapter 4. Beyond the battlefield, the many faces of karate. Let's be real. When most people think of karate, they think of fighting, they think of punching, kicking, self-defense, and yeah, that's a big part of it, but karate is so much more than just a fighting style. It's a philosophy, it's a way of life, it's a journey of self-discovery. Think of it like this, you got your physical training, right? That's the foundation, that's where you learn the techniques, the strikes, the blocks, all that good stuff. But then you got the mental aspect, the discipline, the focus, the control. Karate is as much about training your mind as it is about training your body. And then there's the spiritual side. This is where it gets really interesting. Karate is rooted in Eastern philosophy, in principles like respect, humility, and self-control. It's about understanding your place in the universe, about striving for balance and harmony in all aspects of your life. It's not just about kicking ass. It's about building character, about developing self-confidence, about learning how to navigate the world with grace and integrity. And let's not forget the sportive aspect of karate. Tournaments, competitions, the thrill of testing your skills against other martial artists. So, yeah, karate is a martial art, but it's also a sport, a philosophy, a way of life. It's a discipline that shapes you, molds you, and helps you grow in every aspect of your being. Chapter 5. Hollywood Hype: How Movies Get Karate Wrong. Let's be real, folks. Hollywood has a knack for taking something authentic and turning it into a spectacle. Hollywood loves to glamorize martial arts. They take these ancient practices, these disciplines that have been honed over centuries, and they turn them into these over-the-top spectacles of violence and superhuman feats. They take these ancient practices, these disciplines that have been honed over centuries, and they turn them into these over-the-top spectacles of violence and superhuman feats. The essence of martial arts, which is about self-discipline, respect, and personal growth, often gets lost in translation. And nobody does it quite like they do karate in the movies. You know the drill: slow-motion fight scenes, guys flying through the air, breaking stacks of concrete with their bare hands. Slow-motion fight scenes, guys flying through the air, breaking stacks of concrete with their bare hands. It's entertaining as hell, don't get me wrong, but it's about as realistic as a unicorn riding a skateboard on the moon. Hollywood takes liberties, man. It's entertaining as hell, don't get me wrong, but it's about it as realistic as a unicorn riding a skateboard on the moon. Hollywood takes liberties, man. They exaggerate the techniques, they invent mystical powers, they create these superhuman characters who can defy gravity and logic. They exaggerate the techniques, they invent mystical powers, they create these superhuman characters who can defy gravity and logic, and it's all in the name of entertainment, right? But the problem is, it creates this distorted perception of what karate and martial arts in general is really all about, and it's all in the name of entertainment, right? But the problem is, it creates this distorted perception of what karate and martial arts in general is really all about. It's like people watch these movies, they see these crazy stunts, and they think that's what they're going to learn if they sign up for a karate class. But the problem is, it creates this distorted perception of what karate and martial arts in general is really all about. It's like people watch these movies, they see these crazy stunts, and they think that's what they're gonna learn if they sign up for a karate class. And then they get to the dojo and realize that it's a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of sweat, and not a whole lot of flying through the air. It's like people watch these movies, they see these crazy stunts, and they think that's what they're gonna learn if they sign up for a karate class. And then they get to the dojo and realize that it's a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of sweat, and not a whole lot of flying through the air. So enjoy the show, but take it all with a grain of salt. And then they get to the dojo and realize that it's a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline, a lot of sweat, and not a whole lot of flying through the air. So enjoy the show, but take it all with a grain of salt. Don't let Hollywood's version of karate cloud your judgment of what this ancient art is really all about. So enjoy the show, but take it all with a grain of salt. Don't let Hollywood's version of karate cloud your judgment of what this ancient art is really all about. Remember, the true essence of karate lies in its philosophy, its discipline, and its respect for others. Don't let Hollywood's version of karate cloud your judgment of what this ancient art is really all about. Remember, the true essence of karate lies in its philosophy, its discipline, and its respect for others. It's not about flashy moves and impossible stunts, but about personal growth and self-improvement. Chapter 6. Karate versus the world. How does it stack up? All right, let's address the elephant in the room, the question that's probably been on your mind this whole time. How does karate stack up against other martial arts? Is it better than judo, worse than Muay Thai, or perhaps somewhere in between? Can it hold its own against MMA? Well, here's the thing. It's not really a fair comparison. It's like comparing apples and oranges. Each martial art has its own strengths and weaknesses, its own philosophy, its own set of techniques. Karate, with its emphasis on striking, on powerful punches and kicks, can be incredibly effective in certain situations, but it might not be the best option if you're grappling on the ground, or if you're facing an opponent who's trained in a more wrestling-based style. Judo, for example, is all about throws and takedowns. It's a great martial art for close-quarters combat, for taking an opponent down and controlling them on the ground, but it might not be as effective against someone who's keeping their distance and striking from afar. Muay Thai, known for its brutal kicks, punches, elbows and knees, is a devastating, striking art. It's incredibly effective in stand-up fighting, but it doesn't traditionally involve much ground fighting. And then you have MMA, which is not a traditional martial art in itself, but rather a hybrid system that incorporates techniques from various disciplines, including karate, judo, Muay Thai, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and more. MMA fighters are well-rounded, adaptable, and dangerous in all ranges of combat. So which martial art is best? The answer isn't simple. It depends on your goals, your body type, your fighting style, and a whole bunch of other factors. Are you looking for self-defense, competition, or perhaps a way to stay fit? The beauty of martial arts is that there's something out there for everyone. Whether you're young or old, strong or weak, there's a martial art that can suit your needs and help you grow. Outro, the real power of karate. Thanks for joining us on this journey to uncover the truth about karate. Remember, the real power of karate lies not just in its physical techniques, but in its philosophy and discipline. So stay curious, stay informed, and keep training.